Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4. We've got millions of free child place holidays available, with 22 kilograms of baggage included.
All I keep seeing is the fair is empty, the fair is empty. The fair is dead. There's nobody at the Texas State Fair this year. Well, if I can walk around without bumping into somebody, can get my favorite treats without long lines, and don't have to worry about tripping over as many kids, then whoop-de-doo.
Whoever said the fair wasn't crowded was not being honest.
Last race today is at 4 o'clock.
Hey everybody, as you can see, I am at the Texas State Fair and I had to come see if what they were saying online was true. I'm sure you could see everyone behind me. I'm right behind Big Tex, and today is Thursday, October 16th. I'm sure you can tell that it is super packed tonight. It is the last week of the fair, so it is kind of understandable, and this is Thrifty Thursday. So a lot of the foods from different vendors are discounted today, so that brought out a lot of people, I'm sure. Now, I know a lot of talk online has been saying that it's been dead, and it did look dead, but as you guys can see, it is definitely packed. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this is the most packed I think I've ever seen it for a nighttime time slot that I'm getting here. So I truly feel that the proof is in the pudding, and sometimes you can't believe everything that you see online, but I truly feel that it just depends on the day. Like, if you took the video earlier in the week, then of course it may not be as much people as, you know, later in the week like it is today on a Thursday, and there's a promotion going on. So I truly do feel that, you know, sometimes it just all depends on the circumstances. Sometimes you just gotta see things for yourself and do the investigation. So yeah, I just wanted to come to you live because I don't think I'll be able to ever come on the scene of any story that I talk about. Why not do just a little mini vlog style and show you guys a little bit of what the Texas State Fair is all about. Okay, so this was us just walking into the fair. We got there roughly at about 8 o'clock. So, I mean, yeah, we ended up being stuck in traffic for like an hour essentially. I met up with my brother at his house. It was almost 7 o'clock because he lives closer, and I wasn't about to come drive through all of this traffic. And I'm so glad that I didn't, because I mean, it was madness to get over here. Like, the Dallas traffic is just unexplainable sometimes because it's just backed up for no reason. You would think there's an accident and it's just people lollygagging probably. But anyway, as you guys can see, sorry, right here, you could see mostly the back of my brother. So sorry about that. But as you could see, there's so many people here. I don't know, just looking back at the footage, I do feel like it felt more packed than what it seems like through video. I don't know how to explain it. It's weird, but I think through video it conveys that there's a good crowd here. But I don't know. I guess maybe it's my anxiety, my aversion to being in crowds. I feel that, you know, it doesn't seem as bad as it felt. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I was with the lady in the video. I was like, in one of the videos I just posted, I should say, I was hoping for it to be a little dead. Can I be honest? Because I like being able to just navigate through the fair freely or anywhere freely without having to worry about bumping into people no matter where you go. And as you can see, plenty of people in line to get tickets. Now, the thing about the tickets, as I'm sure if you've been looking into any other videos in regards to the fair, it's $1 equals one ticket. Or I should say, one ticket equals $1. So if something is 5 tickets, then that's essentially $5. So, I mean, it's basically equivalent to using actual cash. And as you saw there, that person won so many things. I really should have gotten an airbrush shirt. I didn't fully recognize it on the way in, but as I was looking for one of the food items I wanted, I'm going to get into that. Um, I noticed and I was like, damn it, I should have gotten an airbrush shirt. That would have fed into my nostalgia so nicely. I would have loved it. But anyway, as you could see, there's so many people playing games. There were people on the rides. I feel like I saw a good amount of children. It was mostly just a lot of young people, like young, like 20 somethings and couples that I came across. Now, of course, like I said, there's families with, multiple children, and I'm sure it was expensive, and that's probably why you saw so many families tonight because it was the Thrifty Thursdays. And like I said in the clip earlier, it meant that a lot of the food items were discounted. I believe the tickets were discounted as well. It was $12 to get in. If you come on a weekday, it is a little bit cheaper than the weekend. The weekend it went up to almost $30. It's $29 now, which is insanity. But I'm going to give some tips. Well, I guess maybe I could do it now. But if you go online and buy your tickets online, you could usually save at least $5. Now, I know that might not seem like a lot, but if you're paying for your entire family to go, that could make a really big difference. So there's really a lot of tips that are out there and little deals that you could look out for to really save when you're going to the fair. Because I'm definitely not defending this. Like some of the stuff at this fair is just outrageous and they're going overboard. And I hope if the attendance was really lower, I hope that they could see that they need to meager their expectations to the economy and what the average person is probably having to go through. So if attendance was low, hopefully they will kind of make prices a little bit cheaper next year. But I just feel that $30 to get into the fair on a weekend, that's just unacceptable. Unacceptable. And I think with a $5 off discount, 29, so that would be $24. So imagine if you had a family of four or five, you're already $100 just to get in, and not to mention it's $30 for parking if you're parking through the fair. Now, if you're parking at an establishment kind of not affiliated with the fair, like I know at the train station where we parked to for this night, it was $20. So if you're able to get there at a good time, sometimes you could snag $20 parking because I know a lot of the time we park at the Hibbett Sports that's not far away, but it's very limited parking there. But there's places you can park off-site from the actual fair to kind of save the $10. Plenty of people throughout, so I think the notion that it was dead, at least for this night, was debunked because it was plenty of people. And I mean, I feel that it probably is because it was the last week and the fact that this was the discounted night. Now, of course, I could only speak for the night that I went. It's hard to really say if people that posted the clips of it being empty were just there till the very end of the night when it was closing, or if it was, if it was actually just truly empty. Now, we're walking into the food court here, and this was where it was like, this is the craziest I have ever seen the food court. I mean, you could barely walk in here. Last year we came on a Sunday afternoon. I actually came twice last year. Both were on Sunday afternoons, and I mean it was pretty busy, but not to this extent. Like this was outrageous. I have never seen this many people in the food court. And as you can see, I got my matcha float. That was my top thing that I wanted. And you know why I'm here for the matcha float. I mean, yes, and yes, it was 16 tickets, which is atrocious. And as you can see on the screen, this is a Pop Rocks margarita. Really, really good. That was one of my list items as well that I wanted to try out. And the Boudin egg rolls, which were $13. I know, well, tickets. I know it's crazy, but they were so good. If they would have been fresh, it would have been amazing. But what's funny about the drinks is that Pop Rocks margarita, it's actually 2 tickets cheaper than the matcha float. But the matcha float had ice cream in it. So that's probably how they justify the price. But it was actually a pretty popular item. I know matcha is kind of a trend, but anyway, I liked it. They were both worth it. Everything, let me not say everything. Did get a slice of pizza and a bottle of water that I didn't capture. And yeah, I mean, it's pizza, but it wasn't all that great. But here I just have a clip of it being a little bit slower as time went by. I think that was captured at about 10:30. So as you can see, I feel that's where some of these creators on TikTok were getting their clips from, because I mean, it was about to close. Like, it for real closed at 11 o'clock. I thought that it closed at 9, but it actually closed at 11. I don't know if they just extended the hours because it was a good turnout, or if it actually closed that night. I feel like it closed that time every night, but I could be wrong. I don't know. So you can see the pizza that I got. It was 10 tickets for just basic pizza. And here is one of the spots. There's multiple places you could get turkey legs and a lot of the typical fare food. But yes, the infamous $24 turkey leg was in fact for real. And if you wanted it wrapped with bacon, that would cost you 10 extra tickets at 34. And here, I didn't even know about this. There's a cheap eats stand to where you could get moderately priced food. I mean, it's not cheap, but in comparison to the fare, it's pretty reasonable. And I'm not gonna lie, like, if you want like beer and like kind of alcoholic drinks, because I don't think a lot of the places sell like actual hard liquor, it's actually kind of reasonable. The little place where I showed the turkey leg, a margarita, a frozen one, was $12. Or I keep saying $12, but it's the same thing. 12 tickets, $12. But I think that's reasonable. You would pay that in a restaurant or if you go out somewhere. So I didn't think that that's horrible. So it's all about what you find, because each vendor, even though they're selling the same thing, just like pizza and funnel cakes, waters, even, they're gonna somewhat sell it at different prices because it just depends on what their pricing is. Now, just a rumor that I heard on TikTok is that the vendors had to pay $5,000 plus they had to give the fair 50% of their sales. So if that's true, we have no idea if that's true. I guess if you're a vendor, let me know down below. I'm sure no vendor is ever going to come across this video. But if that's true, that is absolutely insane. But it would make sense as to why some of these food items are so expensive. Now, would I normally pay $16 for a matcha drink with ice cream in it? No, but it's like it's a novelty item to where it's like, okay, I'm only gonna have this once. Let me try it. I really like matcha. I'm a matcha girly, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, some of the things are just so overpriced and the quality is not that great either. And I also have up here a list of all of the different foods that were discounted, because it's not every food, like every vendor taking part in it. It's certain foods that are discounted. So if you go to a particular vendor, right, their whole menu is not going to be discounted. It's only going to be certain items. Like, let's say if you go and you get a funnel cake, the funnel cake might be regular price at 8 tickets. I think that was the average price, was 8 to 10 tickets, but they may have a candy apple that's like 4 or 5 tickets where it would normally be maybe 7 tickets. It's probably going to be really hard to see on the screen, but it's available on the website. And I'm not sure if they had actual physical guides of this particular list. I know there's physical guides of the actual fair, like the maps and where you could go for the car shows. And I think like the little driving thing that they had, I think it was through Chevy. There's a whole bunch of different things. Um, that you could do besides the actual fair and getting foods and rides and the games and stuff. Like, there's livestock, there's the car show that you could just go look at the new models every year. There's places you could buy mattresses. There's a whole bunch of things there. I forgot to pass by the Shein, but that might not, because I know Shein was there, but I didn't see it, so maybe it was only for the first 2 weekends. I'm not sure how long it was there. My brother went the first weekend and said that it was crazy, so they probably ran out of inventory that they were choosing to sell there. But anyway, you guys, I was on the hunt. I was on a mission to find my Dubai funnel cake fries. And I didn't find it. I am so sad. That was probably, it's really hard because I wanted both of the items equally, the matcha float and the Dubai funnel cake fries, and I'm just so upset. Like, I looked everywhere. Like, I took the majority of the time I was there looking for these things. I walked almost this entire fair trying to find them. And I did actually find a place that was selling them, but the place closed down at 9. And it was in one of the places where they had the mattresses and where you could go in the massage chairs. But it's so sad. I discovered it too late. So maybe they may have them next year, but it was a novelty item, so I don't know. Sometimes the novelty things like that won't be available, but it is what it is. I love Dubai chocolate. I know it's a silly food trend to some people, but I like it. I like the katafa. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I've seen so many different variations of what the little crunchy bits are called, but anyway. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong or if that's definitely not what you call it, but I just love to buy chocolate things, especially like the bars and everything. So good. But yeah, anyway, all of this to say is that yes, this fare is ridiculously expensive, let alone just for one person, but if you're to bring your entire family, there's so much going on right now with just the economy, and not to mention, like, there were probably people that were feeling a little scared to come through because they were scared that they could have gotten arrested and detained by ICE. And that's not a good feeling, to feel like you're gonna go try to enjoy yourself, but that thought is looming in the back of your mind. So that may have had an impact on it as well. But I just wanted to show that it's possible to at least save, because I ended up spending $100, a little bit more, for the fare, because I ended up covering the parking because I promised my brother that since he's pretty much only coming back for me, he did meet up with his girlfriend there, but it was just me and him that drove up. But I paid for that because I promised, and I paid for our tickets, which for both of us it was $24. I got 60 tickets, and yeah, I think that's everything. Yeah, so it was about $100, 104, something like that. So all in all, I mean, was it worth it? I mean, I think it was cool. I think the things that I got to try made it worth it. So I don't feel like I got scammed, but it is definitely expensive. But I just wanted to do this video so that you could see sometimes you really have to go and see things for yourself, because I was kind of falling into the hype, like, wow, is things that bad to where people weren't at the fair? And I feel like you guys got a good glimpse that people were spending money, because I saw multiple people with the turkey legs. Look at how many people were playing games and had multiple stuffed animals that they won. So people were spending money, but it's totally understandable if you did not have the means to do it, because it's just outrageously expensive. The admission just to come in is just totally unreasonable to me. They know you're gonna spend money. I mean, granted, there may be people that come in to like people watch and just kind of walk around, but most people that are gonna come to a fair is gonna spend money, especially when you have to pay to park. So that's just my logic with it, but at least they give you discounts to try to make it feasible. And I feel that if you utilize those discounts and just really look, you could really at least save on a lot of the things and choose to come on the Thrifty Thursday, because I think the Thrifty Thursday is every year. That's pretty much it. I just wanted to give you guys a glimpse into the fair, and I had to come see for myself whether this was something that was really true. Was it dead like they made it seem, or was it packed? Because I saw videos of both, and as you guys could see, it was definitely packed tonight. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about this video, and I definitely will catch you guys in the next one. Bye. I'll see you later.